あ、これバムですね。うん、わかる。ファン？いや、別にファンではない。面白い、面白い。うん。バムの試合面白い。まあ、階級が合えば、バムが上げてきて、タイミングが合えば、もちろん、それは興味がありますよ。でも自分は、バムの試合は好きですよ。
I know a lot of people want to rush you. They want to talk about the Inoue fight. They want you to look past your opponents and things of that nature. But how you prepare for this upcoming fight?
Just stay mentally locked in, mentally, physically, giving my 100% each day in the gym. So I make sure to come out here Saturday night and put on the show.
And how many weight classes you think, and by the end of your career, if you could draw it out, how many weight classes you think you could go?
Definitely 126.
126? You trying to be a full 5-division world champion?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
How many pound-for-pound fighters has Inoue beat?
No, we're talking about the lower
all right,
divisions,
answer the
man.
question,
we're talking about the lower
but
divisions.
answer the question.
Probably
none.
Zero.
Not even in that top 10, Barack.
So what?
But Barack, you know.
I know.
I've been saying
but
it.
let's let's not fast forward though.
No, I want to
What makes sense right now?
I want to see ahead. Can I see ahead? Can I peek like this?
Go ahead.
And see ahead. I want to see Inoue versus Bam Rodriguez. I know they're not the same weight class.
Would it be fair right now? You can't ask them to come down.
You can when it's a big fight, when it's a big money fight.
Inoue and Bam and are different when you put your eyes on them.
Nice. Yes.
The reason people wanted to see Pacquiao and Mayweather fight, well, they both demoed Hatton and Cotto, right?
Right.
But it was also when you watched them, you were watching something that was different than everyone else in the
Stood
sport.
apart.
Yes.
Bam is one of those guys, and if not for the fact that he's short with a short reach, I would take him against the monster. However, the fact is he is short with a short reach, and the monster is a lot. What do we all think about this?
He still has to prove himself at 118 pounds and 122 pounds before we can say, okay, maybe he can't.
Inoue's manager came out and we spoke about it earlier in the week that Turkey Al-Sheikh has offered up to $13 million for a fight, and y'all was talking these fights at 26, and I said, hold up, man, what about my boy Bam going up to 22? You did. And Eddie Hearn has now came out publicly and he's saying that is the fight he wants for Bam, and that he's going to speak to his excellency.
The big one for me would probably be Inoue against Bam Rodriguez. That's top. That's the one I want to watch.
That's a boxing IQ at its
That's
peak.
like Pacquiao and Mayweather. Like if they would have fought in their prime, you got me. They never did. It was not in the prime. They could still make the fight happen, but it was not in the prime. Right now, Inoue against Bam Rodriguez, brother. Man, I'll pay top dollar. I'll fly to Japan, wherever. I want to watch that fight.
And you know the beautiful thing about that fight is I think we still haven't seen the best of Bam.
There comes a point when a fighter realizes there's almost no one left to beat. That confidence comes from standing in front of 55,000 fans at the Tokyo Dome, knowing no opponent across multiple weight classes can truly challenge you. For years, Naoya Inoue has been that fighter, dominating boxing like an unbeatable force. But just when it seemed he had conquered everything, a new challenger emerged. Jesse Bam Rodriguez didn't just ask for his chance. He demanded everyone's attention. What began as a bold call-out has grown into one of boxing's biggest storylines. And for the first time in years, Inoue didn't ignore the challenge. He responded directly, sending shockwaves through the boxing world.
Lastly, Naoya, there's a lot of talk, of course, of you fighting Bam Rodriguez in what might be the biggest fight in boxing history under featherweight. What are your thoughts on a fight with Bam?
それはもうタイミング次第です。ネギ。
Everything changed the moment Naoya Inoue dominated Junto Nakatani. Before the fight, many believed Nakatani's size, reach, and skill could finally push Inoue to his limit. Instead, Inoue delivered another brilliant performance, completely shutting down an elite world champion with ease. By the final bell, there was little doubt that he had reached another level, where his biggest challenge was no longer another fighter, but his own legacy. After conquering divisions and defeating top champions, fans began asking who could truly test him. That's when the talk about San Antonio star Jesse Bam Rodriguez started growing louder than ever.
So this past weekend, right, we had the Naoya Inoue beat Nakatani by unanimous decision. What are your thoughts on that fight and Inoue's performance?
I like Inoue's performance. I feel like it was a great fight. You know, they both showed high level in there. You know, great chess match, and you know, I like Inoue's performance. He bit down. You know, I feel like Inoue got a lot of the first couple rounds early. He came out strong, the sharper. Nakatani started, you know, getting his groove a little bit towards the end, but overall, Inoue was the more dominant one. I like the performance for sure.
Do you feel like Nakatani started too late? Like after the first 6 rounds, it was like, you know, posturing, feigning. They really weren't committing. Yeah. And I think after 6 rounds, probably Inoue up like 4-2, 5-1, and then 7 through 10, it seemed like Nakatani was picking it up, but then Inoue closed. Is that the way you saw it as well?
Yeah, I did. Nakatani started getting his groove as soon as he was. Then, yeah, like you said, at the later rounds, Inoue stepped on that gas. So, you know, but shout out to Inoue for sure. That was a good win.
Now, a lot of people, one of my main man, Robert Garcia, right? I was with him, and his phone started like going off the hook. Everyone's calling him. They're talking about, yo, Bam Inoue next. Like, Turkey wants to, like, in January or February, I'm hearing. What are your thoughts on Bam Inoue?
Bam, one of my favorite fighters right now. He real sharp, very skillful. You know, got good power. I like to see that fight. Inoue's a little bigger than him, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Inoue's at 122, Bam at 115. So Bam's gonna fight at 118 next month against Antonio Vargas for the WBA 118 title. Yeah. And they want to go straight at Inoue for the next 122.
Sure. I mean, that's not a bad decision. I feel like Bam, and that 115 is small, but I think out of camp he walk around a little heavier though. So
yeah,
he'll be straight. You know, it's nothing too crazy.
You think it might benefit him moving up?
Possibly, yeah. He might feel stronger. You know, he already got good power, so he might even have more. You know, without that big weight cut as much. So I'm excited for that fight.
Jesse Bam Rodriguez has built his career by doing what many thought was impossible. While most young fighters are carefully matched, Bam has taken on the toughest challenges. His trainer, Robert Garcia, even calls him the Legend Slayer, and his performances have given fans plenty of reasons to believe it.
Now, I'm sure you read all the press clippings, the big elephant in the room. You and Naoya Inoue, you have a big fight coming up. He has a very big fight coming up early next month. You want to go back down, obviously, to fulfill Undisputed, but what would happen if that fight came on the table?
I'm ready whenever. You know, that fight's been brought up just as much as Chocolatito fight back then. So if that fight was presented to me right now, I'd definitely go ahead and take it.
I mean, I'm sure you'll be a very interested observer in the fight next month.
Yeah.
One of the bigger fights in Japan, I can't even remember since when. What do you make of that fight with him and Junto Nakatani?
I think it's a great fight. I think whoever lands the first big punch definitely gonna put the other to sleep, but I mean, it's gonna be hard. I mean, that's a great fight. They're both pound for pound greats. They're both world champions. So I think this is the kind of fight that like whoever lands first is gonna win.
I mean, they were in action in separate fights in Riyadh last year. Nakatani was in really tough. Just squeaked by in that fight. Did you take anything away by watching those two? Did it change your perception of how the fight might play out after watching both of them in their last performances?
No, I mean, before those fights, I was favoring Inoue to win the fight. And then, like I said, those fights didn't change anything. Styles make fights. The guy Nakatani fought was nonstop pressure. I don't think Inoue has that same kind of style.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Styles make fights.
Do you think you and Inoue finally getting in there, that's a fight that will define this era in the lower weight classes?
I think so. I think me against Inoue would definitely be, if not one of the biggest fights.
Bam has taken apart world champions with a fast, unpredictable style that's incredibly difficult to read. But calling out Naoya Inoue is a completely different challenge. It's the kind of fight that can either make you a legend or stop your rise in an instant. Still, Bam's team is full of confidence. They believe they've found the key to beating Inoue, saying that while everyone else sees an unbeatable monster, they see a champion who has never faced Bam's unique speed, movement, and angles.
And I got so many calls from all over the world, you know, are you guys ready for the fight? And yeah, we are ready, but when when is the right time too. I'm not gonna jump 2 divisions to go in there and risk it. I think Bam's only 25, so I think we have plenty of time to do it. But and it won't even be that far from now. I think it could be like I'm thinking.
Like late 2026?
I'm thinking. Look. That's what I was gonna say. Look, Bam fights. Hopefully, we get that undisputed fight sometime in April or May. Then after that, it's gonna be 118. So we want to do those this year. So we could get the Inoue fight early next year, or maybe end of this year. You never know. So the fight will happen. I know it is going to happen. Bam wants the fight. That's the fight Bam wants too. But he also understands that we're going to do our job building him to get used to the 118 pounders, and then then he'll be a little bit, he'll feel better 1 or 2 fights at 118 to know that he's ready for 122.
For a long time, Inoue stayed quiet, just as he always does. He has never relied on trash talk or social media to make headlines. But during a viral yes or no interview, everything changed. When asked if he wanted to fight Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Inoue answered without hesitation, yes. Then came the bigger question, did he believe he would beat Bam? Once again, he simply smiled and said yes. The calm, confident response instantly caught everyone's attention. It wasn't just accepting the fight. It was a clear message that Inoue already believes he knows exactly how that matchup would end.
日本は現在メキシコより優れたボクサーを生む国ですか？
Yes.
日本は現在最高のボクサー陣を用意し、
Yes.
12月27日リヤドでナヤ選手と中谷選手が対戦したら、その後次に対戦しますか？それより後に。
これはどうだろう？イエス、ノーじゃちょっと答えられない。
ご自身は今現在世界一の選手ですか？前階級において。
Yes.
ジェシー・バム・ロドリゲス、対戦したい相手ですか？バム・ロドリゲスを倒せると確信していますか？
Yes.
12月27日、リヤドでアラン・ピカソをノックアウトしますか？
Yeah.
日本で最高のベスト、グレイテストスポーツ選手ですか？
ノー。
Yeah,
っていうのは
thank you very much.
まあ主観でいろいろな意見もあるのでね。
This isn't just about two fighters wanting to face each other. Behind the scenes, boxing's biggest decision makers are already exploring the matchup. Eddie Hearn has confirmed that early talks have taken place with Turki Alashik, raising hopes that the fight could become a reality. Unlike the past, when major fights often took years to make, strong Saudi backing and huge fan demand could speed up the process. Instead of waiting until the end of the decade, a blockbuster showdown in 2027 is now being discussed as a realistic possibility. The money is available, interest is at its highest, and both fighters have shown they're open to the fight. Now, everything depends on how the negotiations unfold.
And once it's time to actually go back and fight back home, so there's no rush. I have a lot more fights left in me, so when the time comes, I'll be more than ready.
What weight class do you see yourself maybe eventually like retiring at? Like, because obviously there's the talks of people wanting to see if you would end up fighting the winner of Inoue versus Nakatani. I mean, that's another division up. So where do you see that could possibly be like the highest weight class that you would go to?
Honestly, I think 126, I think 130 would be pushing it, but it is doable, I think, once I'm, close to retirement, but 126 would probably be the cap.
Yeah, and you're still young, so you're really still like coming into your own.
Yeah, I'm only 26 years old. I just turned 26 in January, so we'll see. It's a matter of time. Time will tell, so one fight at a time, like I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Vargas. What can we expect against Vargas? A war?
I think so. Vargas, he's a very exciting fighter. He's been dropped, but he gets up and he fights back like he didn't get dropped. So I know he has a lot of heart. He has a lot of. He applies a lot of pressure. He's fast as well. So I feel like that kind of style clashing with mine is it's inevitable to get fireworks. I think come June 13th is gonna be a exciting fight for all the fans.
What did it feel like, though, to be able to get the call to know that you are getting a shot at a world title moving up to bantamweight?
It was exciting just because there was a dilemma at 115. I wanted to go undisputed, but the IBF was, I mean, there's 2 other guys fighting for that. So when they told me I was moving up to my 3rd division to fight for a world title right away, that's exciting. So that kind of fight is what pushes me to go in the gym and work even harder to get that job done.
And so what happens then? You know, you win. Do you stay there? Do you go back down and try to become undisputed there? Or what's the plan?
That is a plan, to capture this world title and then maybe move back down to 115 and become undisputed. But if I feel good at 118, better than I did at 115, then I have no problem staying at 118.
And then obviously Eddie Hearn, Robert, everyone's talking about down the line, not next, but definitely down the line, would love to see you fight either against Nakatani or Inoue. Do you want to maybe say who you favor in that fight between the two?
I think Inoue wins the fight. Just because he has more experience. He's been in the weight division longer than Nakatani has, so I do favor Inoue, but Nakatani, he does have a chance as well, just because he has that kind of one-punch power.
Maybe that could be the big fight in your hometown, right?
Yeah, hopefully. If not, I don't mind going to Japan either. I love going to Japan. I love spending. Yeah, I love spending time there. So.
Oh, so you have traveled there before?
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times, but like I said, either San Antonio or Japan, I don't care where it's at.
And you're at this really great stage of your life in being 26 that your body really could handle going up and down. Like you're doing it at at the right time.
Yeah, I believe so. Like I said, 26 years old, so my body still hasn't fully capped off, so I feel like
you can cut weight like that.
Yeah, still it's a little bit harder than when I was like 17, 18, but
However, not everyone believes the matchup is even. Former champion Sean Porter has warned about the size difference, saying that in the lighter weight classes, even a few extra pounds can make a huge impact. He believes the jump from 115 pounds to 122 or 126 could be a much tougher challenge for Bam than many fans expect.
Let me say this real quick, and now I think we can get out of here. Strength doesn't mean putting on muscle so that you can hit somebody and clock them. There's strength that you need to withstand what you're getting hit with as well. And Bam has to really build his body up a little bit more, getting in the ring with somebody like Inoue, who has both speed, power, quick, who has the total package. I think Bam has the total package, and he's growing into becoming the total package while Inoue is there now having the total package.
6-year age difference?
Yeah.
6 years.
Let's slow it down just a little bit, respectfully. I say that with all respect.
Both been got off the canvas and got the knockout. I love that. So both can be put down, both can be hurt. So we'll see.
That would be a sharp fight. 2 years? Year.
Yeah, 2 years. After 2 years.
I hate to wait 2 years, but I think 2 years is like, now we talking about who's this fight favor. It favors Bam, I think, in 2 years.
Yeah.
Might favor Bam in 2 years, might be 50-50 in a year. And now I think I got 60-40, 55-45 in a way.
Inoue has spent years adjusting to the strength and power of the higher weight classes, while Bam would be the one moving up. Many believe that even if Bam boxes brilliantly, lands cleaner punches, and uses better movement, one powerful left hook from Inoue could change the entire fight. It raises one of boxing's biggest questions. Can elite skill overcome a significant difference in natural power?
All right, so Turki Al-Sheikh is hinting at the prospect of matching two of boxing's best little men sometime early next year, pitting Bam Rodriguez, current unified 115-pound champion, against current 122-pound undisputed champion Naoya Inoue. Now, Inoue is just coming off the highly anticipated fight with Nakatani in a very tactical fight that he came out the victor. And the question comes down to whether or not he should even rematch Nakatani or move to featherweight, as what's been mentioned prior to the fight with Nakatani. With Bam, he has yet to even fight at 118 pounds, and there's talks of him potentially trying to become undisputed at 115 pounds. So it's really a timing situation. Is January a bit too soon to stage a fight of that magnitude, or does Bam believe and his team believe that they can hop past 118 and go straight to 122 pounds as early as January or February to go against, without question, what will be Bam's most difficult fight of his career. And some would even argue potentially Inoue's, because Bam Rodriguez clearly is one of the most skilled fighters in boxing today throughout all the weight classes. Inoue has shown his skill level and just how dynamic a fighter he is, even as recent as this Nakatani fight. You have to wonder if this is something that should maybe wait till next summer, if it means that Inoue is going to stay at 122 pounds. In my opinion, I do feel Inoue should stick at 122 pounds. I think at featherweight, you're starting to deal with guys that and particularly guys like Espinosa that are coming in like welterweights the night of the fight. But obviously, everything's got to make sense. And I feel both guys would be up for the challenge. It just really is a
Bam Rodriguez doesn't seem worried about the size difference. He has said that the harder the challenge, the better he performs. There are even rumors from his camp that fans have only seen about 60% of his true ability, with some saying he hasn't had to show everything in past fights. But against Inoue, he knows there's no room for mistakes. He's preparing for an aggressive version of the champion who will take risks just to land one fight-changing punch. Bam's game plan appears to focus on non-stop speed and high-volume combinations, hoping to keep Inoue on the defensive and prevent him from setting up his devastating power shots.
I'm here with the man who said Bam Rodriguez has all the tools in his toolbox to topple the monster, Naoya Inoue. Robert, you said it yourself. You think Bam's ready for Naoya Inoue pretty much right now. What are your thoughts?
Well, look, pretty much right now, it sounds a little bit too soon. we have a fight, our first fight at bantamweight against Antonio Vargas, which is going to tell us a lot about Bam's performance at that division. Now, once we see everything good, if we're able to squeeze one more before the end of the year at the same weight at bantamweight, I know the skills, the reflex, the accuracy, the hunger is there. Bam has power too, so I think he's ready to compete against Inoue. But yeah, obviously 1 or 2 fights before that wouldn't hurt.
Robert, do you think this is a situation where, listen, it's divine timing. This is when it's supposed to be. Bam is ready. You said he has all the skills. Or is it more like, this is the only opportunity we're going to have, like 2 ships passing in the night, to actually make this Inoue fight, to fight a living legend for Bam? So is this more of an opportunity that, yes, this is the timing, or it's the timing for right now because this is our only chance?
No, I think Bam, look, Bam has the skills. He's pound for pound 4 or 5, depends on who you ask, and he's up there. Everybody already knows. So no, I'm not rushing it, thinking, this is the only opportunity we're gonna get, because Bam himself could do it little by little, fight by fight. He's only 26, so we're not rushing it. We're not trying to rush it. We're trying to just take our time. But if we know that he could beat him, I know we could. So why not do it if they present us with that fight by next year, like they're talking about, sometime early next year.
As this fight moves closer to becoming reality, the stakes keep getting bigger. If Inoue wins, he strengthens his case as one of the greatest boxers of all time and further cements his legendary status. But if Bam pulls off the upset and defeats the unbeaten champion, it could become the biggest shock in modern boxing, marking the moment a new superstar rises and changes the future of the sport forever.
Do you see Inoue having problems with the left stance? It seems like the southpaws are able to get off of him.
Yeah, I have seen. Yeah, didn't he get dropped by a southpaw?
Yeah, Neri dropped him, and then Nakatani was having success, but I just feel like, man, Nakatani just started too late.
Yeah. Bam not gonna start late like that. Bam don't play. I'm excited for that fight. I'll probably root for Bam in that fight.
But who do you got winning?
If I'm rooting for Bam, I got him winning.
By decision or knockout?
Yeah, I don't know. Inoue, his chin be, it's not, I wouldn't say it's questionable, but he be going down. So we'll have to see. But I'll go with decision for now.
Now they got Inoue as like the #1 pound for pound right now, right? They elevated him over Usyk. If Bam beats Inoue, does that give him the #1? Or how does that go?
Possibly, but I feel like Usyk should still have that #1 right now.
Just as he's still the guy, no one beat him.
Usyk is that guy, he real skillful. I don't think nobody can really mess with Usyk, so but I don't know.
We're heading toward a fight that could define legacies. One fighter's unstoppable image will be tested, And the only question is whether you believe in the champion who has conquered everyone or the young star trying to rewrite boxing history. When the opening bell rings, the world will be watching to see if Inoue can remain untouchable or if Bam Rodriguez can become the man who finally defeats the monster. Share your prediction in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more boxing updates.